Yo, hey Graham, how's it going, man?
Pretty good, pretty good.
April 3rd. Did you get April Fools at all?
Um, all of
There were
my
a couple
very
tweets across the timeline.
yeah.
Hunter
There was a couple.
Dickinson, I thought he got
I
granted
believe
another
that
year
one.
of
I believe
eligibility.
that one.
Yeah,
Um, I saw one tweet that was like some dude changed his name to like adjacent to the Knicks beat reporter and was like Jalen Brunson re-injured his ankle in practice. I had like my heart skipped one beat and then I was like, we're good.
yeah.
Um,
It's April. Shout out us, getting to April. Um,
it's
we
draft
got
month.
headlines. We got like no headlines. We got MLB, and we'll do this Final Four preview. We'll talk a little NBA, and then the draft for this week. We're gonna do four, right?
Sure. I
Not,
have more.
not to be
I'm ready.
confused with other podcasts doing Mount Rushmores. This is actually pretty original. Number one overall draft picks can be NBA, MLB, NFL, MLS, or you could get freaky with it. And I feel like you got freaky with it. I,
Mine is my freaky one. Yeah, it falls under the bucket of one of those things you just said.
I'm out. Okay,
Don't think about
we'll
it.
talk
Don't
about it.
think
We'll
about
talk
it.
about
Yeah, don't think
it.
about it.
Yeah, April Fool's worst jokes of all time. Like when it's like kind of the whole thing. Corporate people do it, and then it gets corporatized, and it's like, it's not that cool. No other. You didn't get any other.
No, I was just gonna say, back in high school, we used to do like there was like senior prank day on April, I think it was on April Fool's, where like the seniors would get to skip school for like a fun like activity day, like planned by the school, but they would like do all these pranks, and so like they varied. So like some people would like just do stupid things like whatever, move some like chairs into the hallway, but then like some years
That's
like people
crazy.
got like insane. Not apparently. One year when I was like in lower school, because my school was K through 12, they
Dude,
somehow got a
lower school.
they somehow
Imagine.
got a cow onto the like sky bridge at our school that like separates the two like parts of the building. So there was just a cow on the bridge, which is pretty interesting. One year they filled the entire front lawn with just like forks in the ground, like thousands and thousands of forks were just in the ground. So
Then what'd you do your senior year? Did we have
uh,
Rona?
we had COVID, so it didn't happen.
Dude.
Sure, we had some crazy stuff planned though.
That's cool, man. That's cool. I was a little confused as well, maybe to this moment, and you can confirm for me, because Shefty was tweeting about rule changes that I think were real,
They were
but they
real.
were on April. Okay, so the NFL actually is implementing the overtime rules for the postseason
Yeah,
into the regular season.
yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. They couldn't go all the way. They made the period a little shorter, but that's fine. I'll
That's
take it.
yeah. Also, more ties.
Will there be more ties?
Well, because a game would have instantly ended if there was a touchdown in the first one. So then there's a little bit higher of a percentage.
It will be interesting to see like if the first team makes a field goal. Let's say, all right, just follow me with this. Follow me this
So this is
hypothetical.
the Shanahan in the playoffs.
Yeah, so follow me with this hypothetical. First team makes a field goal. Next team gets the ball back. They're on the 5 yard line, and there's 3 seconds left. Like, do you kick the field goal to tie, or do you go for two to win?
The 5 yard line?
Yeah, you 5 yards to go.
5 yards seems like a lot.
You'd rather tie than risk it. It's
Oh, but
interesting.
then wait. But then the next team, if they just need a field goal to win.
No, I'm saying the first team hits a field goal.
No, I understand that. But if you do tie as the second team with another field goal, you're kicking off to the other
Look,
team,
no, I'm saying
and they
there's 3 seconds left
for a
on play.
tie. Oh yeah, I go for the tie for sure. I don't got that dog in me, man.
Yeah, you don't. That's
Well, it
conservative
depends. If
Iowa
I'm the
football.
Chiefs, if I'm no, hold on. If I'm like the Eagles and I'm playing the Panthers, no, yeah, I think I'll always go for the tie.
Okay.
But if
I
I'm
think that, like,
if I'm a bad team, for
yeah.
sure going for the
Well,
tie.
that's like when the bad teams in college football, like they go for two at the end when they score the game tying touchdown, stuff like that, because it's like you don't want to risk going to overtime with a better team. You just give yourself the chance. Yeah, the bad teams will go for it.
Well,
I'm
will
sure
they
the
though?
Giants will have a great play dialed up from the 5 yard line.
What? Yeah, yeah. Okay, that was April Fool's talk.
Yep,
Pretty
great
cool.
holiday.
One of the best, isn't it? Um, MLB. There's the New York Yankees have been accused of some perilous things.
Yep.
What are these bats? Why are they called torpedo bats? Why are they new?
Well, groundbreakingly, they're called torpedo bats because they look like torpedoes. They are extra thick at the point of likely contact. So basically, the barrel is a little bit bigger than normal. They're completely legal. There's only two rules, which I found out when it comes to MLB bats, and whatever, as long as your bat falls into these two rules, it's fine. It can't be longer than 42 inches, and no part of the bat can be more than 2.85 inches in diameter. So those are the only two rules. So if you want to swing like a wooden plank, as long as it falls into those rules, you're good. The Yankees apparently, like, they hired this guy, this engineer who was experimenting with bats, and it doesn't seem to be a Yankee specific thing. I think
it is. I think they should ban it.
I think that it was a bad storm because the Yankees obviously went off their first weekend against like really horrible Brewers pitching. But
dude, what was that, man? Nestor Cortez, is he the worst pitcher in the world?
It was rough.
Is he actually bad though?
He's okay.
What happened to the Nazi Bader? Where's he at? Hader.
He's a closer for the Astros. He's very good.
Still Nazi?
Most likely, if I had to
can
guess.
tell. That's my only hesitancy with Crochet. He looks a little haterish.
Nazi probably, I think that probably stands to be true.
Yeah, but have you seen? Yeah, that's my only hesitancy with Crochet.
Just as it looks.
He looks a little hater Nazi-ish. Would you not agree with such a statement?
I mean, where's he from? Tennessee.
Oh Lord. Oh no.
He's from Ocean Springs, Missouri.
Oh no. Crochet is?
Yep.
That is Nazi country, if I've ever heard of it.
I just wouldn't worry about it.
Okay. No, he's a good pitcher, so.
Yeah.
That's all I care about. And we have Chapman. We got, oh man, what a game. We got Crochet, first 8 innings, Nazi left hook. And then we got the fucking domestic assaulter to fucking close it out. What a 1-2 punch.
Great team to cheer for. But yeah, so the torpedo bats, other players have been using them. It's not over the course of a full season, like they're definitely going to help. It doesn't like not every player is using them. Not the whole Yankees roster is using them. Judge is not using it. Like a bunch of people aren't using it. It might help some specific players in certain instances. It's going to be fine. Everyone's freaking out. It's going to be okay. The Yankees are not going to be the best team in the league. They're not going to score 20 runs a game. They're not going to lead. They're not going to hit the most homers all time. Probably that's possible, but probably not.
Are the overrun totals live?
I have no idea.
Are you a betting?
No.
You a MLB betting?
No.
You don't know anything?
I don't know.
Dude.
I'm assuming people probably overreacted, or not people. I'm assuming like sportsbooks overreacted to the lines, but I don't know. Baseball betting is
it a shit show?
Suspicious to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be fine. They're not going to win 140 games. They're not going to score 10 runs a game.
How are the Mets?
Mets are okay. We were 3-3 in our first 6. We definitely haven't been we should be worse than that. We're not really playing very well. But the pitching's been good. There's been some timely hitting. Pete's been very good to start the season. And it's been 6 straight road games. So first home game tomorrow. I'll be listening in the car on the way to Atlanta to watch the Knicks play the Hawks. And
wait, when do the Knicks play the Hawks? Tomorrow? Or Saturday?
Yeah.
That's tight, man.
Brunson's either coming back Saturday or Sunday. I'm hoping for Saturday, but I'll bring the RJ jersey just in case.
Why would you bring RJ?
Well, my other jersey is Brunson, but I don't want to wear Brunson if he's not playing.
You only have those 2 jerseys?
Yeah.
To be fair,
I mean, I've got like a Melo, I got a Porzingis, but like not the vibe for tomorrow, you know.
Kirk Cousins?
Thielen,
I mean? That's a nice jersey.
I don't know if I told you that.
You did?
Wow. No one else at my entire apartment was wearing a football jersey, and then there was me and my Adam Thielen Vikings jersey.
That's hilarious.
It was a good time.
But
yeah. Mets are okay. Like we're doing fine. Sox?
What are the surprise? Are they? Wait, yeah, we can talk about the Sox.
Yeah, I think let's go Sox first. First, Devers, it's all going to be okay. He's been through slumps like this before. It's just because it's the beginning of the season.
Also, I didn't realize he's been walking a fuck ton.
Yeah, but
I've heard that on one broadcast, so it has to be true.
Has,
yeah, I know
walks.
how many. Of course. Oh, 4. That's it.
He'll be okay. He's
It
gonna have.
doesn't
He's
seem like
basically
it.
been the exact same hitter for nearly a decade now. I don't think that's just gonna change because he had a bad 4 games.
Also, I was hearing that like obviously was historically bad, basically. But there is a lot of hitters on the Sox, and the last 2 games they've been better. But like Trevor Story started off rough.
Just not very good, but yeah.
Casas, Tristan,
Yep.
he started off rough, but he had a bomb today. And then Bregman went crazy today. So maybe we're back. Hopefully we're back.
You're fine. I wouldn't worry about Denver. He's the last person in that lineup that I would worry about. So he's gonna be okay. The other
Christian
Red Sox
Campbell, bro. You see Christian Campbell?
Christian Campbell's amazing. They signed him to an insane extension.
8 years for $50 million?
$60
How much?
million
Wow.
8 years.
Is he? That's crazy, dude. He's like Mookie 2.0. Can't wait to send him to the Dodgers.
Yeah. I wouldn't hold him to that standard, but he's very good.
Wasn't Mookie when we called him up at second baseman?
That's a good question.
I think he might have been.
I feel like he played second.
Is he
his
shortstop?
second year, maybe? Yeah, he's playing shortstop now. It's
That's
going
pretty
well.
badass. Is he gonna get like a gold? Who is his Gold Glove in shortstop?
Lindor. Well, I don't know if Lindor's always finalist. Dansby's always very good. I want to say Dansby's won the last 2. I don't know who won last year. But yeah, he could be up there. I don't think he'll be like one of the best defenders in the league at the position.
Oh my
but
gosh, dude! The AL Central?
Yeah, they're all like 2 and 5, right?
Yeah, the Royals, the Tigers, Guardians, White Sox 2 and 4. The Twins are 2 and 5.
Yeah,
Jesus
those are some bad
Christ.
teams. Braves 0 and 7, the only winless team. No team has ever come back from 0 and 7 to make the playoffs. I won't count them out because they have a lot of talent, but it's been bad. And
That Shohei bomb was fucking sick, dude.
But also, like,
dude, they're
so-
8-0.
Yeah.
That's. Hey, the Padres though. How's Bogey?
I don't know, actually. I don't think I've
Let's
watched the
take a
Padres
look.
this year. I
Let's
think they
take
moved
a
him back
look.
to shortstop, I want to say, because they lost, what's his name? Ha-Sung Kim.
Titties?
He's been
Oh.
all right to start the year. Nothing too good or too bad.
I love Bogey, if I've ever told you. 5 hits? Yeah. Okay.
Sox are looking good. They extended Crochet, which I think I said on this pod.
Oh, we already did? Yeah,
Yeah.
you said last week, you said we
They-
made a mistake not doing it before.
Yeah, they saved themselves a lot of money by doing it right now because every smart person that I read and listen to on Twitter and YouTube has said that like he's gonna have the best season of his career this year. He's already off to a great start and he's gonna win the Cy Young, and then obviously the price is gonna go a lot up. So
Wait, how many years did we sign him for?
I think it was a 6-year extension.
Fucking right.
Worth like a lot of money, $170 million, but it's way less.
Holy
than
shit.
at the end of the year. He's so good. He's like the best pitcher in the league, top 3. Him,
Wow.
Skeens, and Skubal, I would say, are the 3 best.
This
So,
is amazing.
good times for
and-
the Sox. Things are looking up.
And not a Nazi.
As far as we know,
Dude. Okay. yeah.
he's all right. He's good.
That's fair. All right. Well, you made you got me hyped about the Sox. Thank you
It's
for
good
doing
times
such a
for
thing.
them.
It really we're so young,
Yeah, that's part of it. It's like,
and we're
I think
getting who's the guy that we're hopefully gonna call up at some point.
well, there's
like
Roman
the-
Anthony, and then
He's
there's Marcelo,
supposed-
Marcelo Meyer. Those are the 2 like big guys that you guys have left in the minors.
Do you think they're gonna be good?
Yeah, I mean, hard. I haven't been locked into their like minor league footage, but they both seem to be very
Who-
highly thought of.
Out of him, or those 2, and Christian Campbell, who's gonna be the best?
I guess I'll just say Christian.
Who should I
Campbell.
buy a jersey for?
Well, Christian Campbell's the one that signed long term, so I'd say
So,
his
so I
jersey.
should get him.
Also, like,
okay.
even though it's been 6 games, like he's the one that we've seen been really good. So
That's cool. Dude, do you know an old Red Sox pitcher by the name of Anthony Vivaro?
I do not.
He came up a couple times.
You got a
He was
jersey?
I got a signed jersey.
Oh my god.
What, bro?
Oh, he's pretty good.
Didn't he die or something? Or no, that was Steve. That was our knuckleballer.
He died. He died.
The knuckleballer.
Vivaro died in 2022.
That's what he was a cop. He became a cop, a New York cop or some
Pretty
shit.
badass.
Well, wasn't also Stephen Wright the
Stephen
knuckleballer?
Wright was a
Didn't he
knuckleballer.
die of cancer too?
He is still alive, I believe.
Oh, I thought he died of like cancer.
That was Tim Wakefield.
Oh fuck, dude. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
But that was brain cancer.
Yeah. We can
That's a crazy. Yeah. Shout out, prayers to the Wakefields.
He's a dog. He was one of the best Red
He
Sox
was a
ever,
beast.
honestly.
You ever watch that Netflix documentary Knuckleball?
Nope.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh wait.
Train. train going by. Guess what it is.
What kind of question is that?
What the make is. The
I don't know the makes.
Canadian Pacific.
Oh, I was gonna guess that.
Or what's the... Yeah, you would have got it.
But yeah, baseball's cool. Everyone should watch.
Baseball is cool. It's impossible to watch.
Yeah, it's impossible to watch it illegally.
Yeah, it's fucked up, dude. Well, and then, dude, it's barely on
Well,
ESPN.
think
Rob
about this.
Manfred hates...
If instead of Mint Mobile, you got T-Mobile, you could get MLB TV for free.
I don't know why you're blasting me for
I
Mint
just
Mobile, dude.
can't believe that anyone actually uses Mint Mobile.
It's so cheap, dude.
I'm not debating that it is. It's just like Ryan Reynolds advertises it.
I
think
thought
he
Ryan
owns it,
Reynolds was
actually.
Cricket. I thought he was Cricket.
No, Ryan Reynolds is Mint Mobile.
Dude, it's so easy. You don't even need a chip or nothing either.
Oh, he actually owns Mint Mobile. You have Deadpool's
You're
wireless.
jealous now. What do you have?
Yes.
No free
Oh,
ads,
my
actually.
dad-
No free
my
ads.
dad-
No free ads. No free
Yeah.
ads.
Yeah. Hit us up. Any cellular device? Any cellular?
Dude, I would even do
Actually,
one with
sponsor.
fucking... I don't know. What are some other ones?
Ryan Reynolds wants to come on the pod. Just to
I don't know.
advertise Mint Mobile.
Yeah, I don't know.
We could talk about Wrexham.
Who do you got coming out of the championship league this year?
You let me know, and then I'll tell you after.
I got Wrexham.
Are they in
No,
it?
I got Swansea. I don't know.
Okay. I hear West Ham's making some noise in the
Whoa,
fourth string league this year.
whoa.
The fourth string league this
That's
year.
fucked up. That's fucked up. All right. You want to do Final Four discussion?
Yeah.
Duke's winning. Is Duke? What are the odds right now?
They're gonna win. I don't see anyone beating them. They are so complete.
Duke is plus 100, according to this random website. When I last saw it a couple nights ago, they were even. That's so insane. In a Final Four where it is 4 number 1 seeds, statistically, like 4 of the top 10 NCAA basketball teams of all time, to be even is insane. That just shows how crazy this team is. As all freshmen.
Also,
do.
because I don't know about every team, but I think all of the other 1 seeds have had games at least where it's like game is close. Whereas I feel like Duke's blown everyone out, and I think that maybe that could be good battle testing for like Houston and Florida and Auburn. But I just think that Duke's going to keep blowing everyone out. I don't think they're going to blow out Houston.
You
but,
think it's like UConn last year?
Maybe, yeah.
Did Duke play anyone besides Bama?
Who'd they just beat?
They beat Baylor before that, bro. Or Arizona.
Dude, they held Bama to 65 points. That's one of the best offenses in the country.
Well, Arizona scored 93.
Against who?
Duke.
Oh, yeah, but... yeah.
That's Love. What's his name? Caleb Love?
Caleb Love. Alabama's the 9th best offense in the country, and Duke held them to 65 points. That's pretty nuts.
Duke are 5.5.
You know who's the number 4 offense in the country?
Florida?
High Point.
Why are you talking... Bro. It's a good thing we don't do bets on the show, because it would be pretty ugly.
Yeah, all High Point.
Yeah, so Duke's going to win. Okay, who do you got? Auburn or Florida?
I'm going to keep riding Florida. I like what I...
They're
for the whole
2.5
second
point
half-
favorites.
For the first 15 minutes of the second half, that game, I was like, this is the most annoying team I've ever watched. They had no one show any initiative. They shot every shot with 5 seconds left in the shot clock. But I don't know. Whatever happened at the end, I was feeling good. So I got Florida and I got Duke, and then I got Duke, obviously.
Yeah. In my bracket I have...
Monday.
Yeah.
That's weird. Should be on the weekend.
San Antonio, it seems like a great place to live.
Really?
I feel like it looks so pretty, and it's always warm, and it's good-ass food.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just looked up San Antonio quality of life, and the first thing it linked me to was a Reddit that says San Antonio ranked one of the worst cities for quality of life.
I would never live in San Antonio.
Out of
personally.
500
it is
cities,
one of the worst.
San Antonio ranked 436.
It is such a shitty city, dude. I cannot imagine living there. It's always way too hot, bro. It's ugly as fuck. Horrible food. Yeah, that's true, dude. Yeah, man, this is a dead Headlines suck, bro. There's no good headlines. And even after next week, after college hoops, it's dead.
I mean, we have draft coming up, which is good. We have NBA
Oh,
playoffs.
really? I haven't heard anything about the NFL draft, dude.
Well, there's this Cam Ward guy. It seems like he's like gonna go number one.
Bro, it sounds like the Browns aren't going to take any QB, bro. They don't want
Neither are we.
Shadizi.
Neither.
Yeah, obviously you aren't, bro.
Oh, I'm so excited to get Travis Hunter. Yeah.
Yeah. NBA,
Yeah.
it's happening. That is part of the season. No one really plays in the NBA at
Yep.
this point.
Except the Cavs whole team when they play us.
Okay, bro. Dude, every fucking team that is like a top 4 seed in the NBA plays this card that you're playing right now. Like JJ Redick said it, bro. Fucking, I hate this argument so badly, bro. Just beat him.
We're
Like,
not gonna beat him without Brunson.
you're not gonna beat him. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Bro,
you
I'm not
guys,
worried.
you guys have fared well against the top 4 teams in the NBA, right? How many? Dude,
All right, bro.
why are you getting? Whoa, dude. I'm just glad I didn't make you angry or anything. That's good. Yeah.
Well, all I'm saying is, last time Jared Allen played against the Knicks in the playoffs, he quoted unsarcastically and said the MSG lights were too bright. So I'm still not scared of the Cavs. So we'll see what happens there.
Because of a quote from Jared Allen, one of the goofiest dudes in the NBA.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, then that'll show him. Okay. What is this? Explain. Are we doing a draft? Are we collective? This is. Are
Hold
we
on, before we
collectively?
get there,
Okay.
I want to do the Cooper Flag thing. So
Yeah.
I was hearing on some podcast of how high early are we thinking of this right now? Because obviously the hype's like I would say it's getting a little out of control, maybe deservedly. And so I wanted to go through a ranking of players, and I wanted to find like where we would fit him in because
Wait, really quick.
yeah.
I thought Flag was like a 7-footer coming out of high school. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know he was a fucking wing, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
And like the way I want to do this exercise is not like would you rather have this player or this player in a vacuum. It's more like would blank trade this player for Cooper Flag. So obviously, like for example, I'm trying to think of a good example. Like the Celtics would probably rather have Jaylen Brown than Cooper Flag. I don't think they would trade Jaylen Brown for Cooper Flag because of the situation that they're in. So we can kind of look at it like that. But I don't think Jaylen Brown's going to be. I think there's going to be a player better than Jaylen Brown that we would trade for Cooper Flag. So, anyways, the guys we can take off the list, I would say, you can stop me if I'm wrong, would be Jokic, SGA, Giannis, Tatum, Luka, Steph. Would we trade Steph for Cooper Flag?
no.
Yeah, I agree. Would they trade LeBron for Cooper Flag? No. Ant, no. Donovan Mitchell, no. Kevin Durant, yes. The Suns would trade Kevin Durant for Cooper Flag, 100%.
The Suns would.
Yeah, but
The
that's what
Suns
the
are
question is.
the Suns are gonna get nothing for. The Suns are one of the most disappointing teams in the last 5 years of. Maybe not 5 years because they went to the finals, but however, since since their finals run, it is
See
tragic.
Who was mentioned in the Kevin Durant rumors?
Yeah, because you bring it up. You should, bro. I want the. I want him.
It's going to depend how the playoffs is gonna go.
Fine, dude. Fine. You can get KD. I'll get Giannis. Fair handshake.
Who's trading for Giannis?
Handshake. Everyone.
Cornet.
Drew, Kristaps,
They probably want Jordan Walsh too.
dude. Shireman, untouchable.
Oh my God, we've done this 5,000 times. Yeah.
Okay. Who else are in the KD sweepstakes?
It seemed like Minnesota, but I don't know who they would give. San Antonio makes a lot of sense to me. Miami was listed, which doesn't really make sense to me.
The only reason I like Minnesota a little bit is because I can picture so easily Julius Randle in a Phoenix Suns uniform. it
Dropping
seems a little
24
bit too.
games,
Yep,
like
yep,
24
yep.
losses.
It's like right before he got traded to the Knicks type thing, or like Marcus Morris on some random team. Yeah.
Booker being pissed, he won't pass him the ball.
Yeah.
But that's like, I kind of feel the same way about Cat. I don't know. I know Cat and Randall are very connected, but
Okay, keep going.
all right. The Knicks would not trade Jalen Brunson for Cooper Flag. The Spurs would not trade Wemby for Cooper Flag. The Mavs, would they trade Anthony Davis for Cooper Flag? Probably not.
I don't think so.
Devin Booker?
I wouldn't.
I don't think so.
No.
Cade, no. Halliburton?
No, I don't think
I
they
don't think
would.
so. 'Cause this is what's interesting. Is like I'd rather have Flag than Halliburton, but they've built their whole thing around Halliburton. So yeah. All right, Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah,
I think so.
you definitely would.
Yeah. Evan Mobley, no. Jaylen Brown, no. Kawhi Leonard, probably not. Kawhi, probably.
I think all three of those. I mean, personally, we wouldn't for Brown for sure.
No,
No, they wouldn't for Mobley.
no
Definitely
way.
not. Yeah.
Kawhi, they probably would.
I don't know, dude. The Clippers low key frisky.
I mean, it's the same thing every year. I'm sucked back in.
Yeah.
If Kawhi's, again, I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to say it. Like, that could be day one.
Yeah.
They're good.
So they would
have
play.
a
So
lot
they
of
would.
firepower.
The Grizzlies are the 8 seed.
Oh yeah. The Grizzlies
Were
are-
they not just the 5 seed, 4 seed?
Yeah, they were 2 seeded a couple weeks
And then
ago.
they lost to the Warriors the other night. I mean, all
Yeah,
of those.
let's
Holy
talk- let's
shit!
talk-
This
can we talk about the
the
Grizzlies real
seed
quick?
5 through 8. Yeah, I was gonna bring it up after you.
Like, what?
Wait. Let's finish with Cooper Flag.
Jaren Jackson, I think no.
No.
Jimmy Butler,
Yeah.
yeah. Paolo, no. Sabonis. Now we're getting like Sabonis, Fox, Harden, all yeses. So I think the answer is probably Kevin Durant and Karl Anthony Towns are the best players that would be traded for Flag, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that like the Hornets would trade LaMelo? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I've been on the Melo train. I have watched too much tape of him.
It's so bad.
It's pretty bad, dude. He
Whenever
is
we play them,
never
I'm
gonna.
like-
He might average 28 points for the next 5 years, and I don't think he makes a playoff game.
I know, and it's so sad because I feel like there's an alternate reality where the Warriors took him over Wiseman, and his whole career goes so differently because he gets put into a system where like his skills would actually be utilized and he would be optimized instead of just being like, go score all the points for us. Like imagine him and Steph together; it would be incredible
Yeah,
if he had started there when he was 18. But I mean, it's too far gone. I think it's too far gone now. I can't.
I do too. But I feel like some team in the next 4 years will trade for him and be like, "This is our future."
Maybe it'll work. I don't know. Like he's so talented.
I don't think it will, but I think some team will.
Yeah. But yeah, Cooper, he's going to get hyped up. He's probably going to, I don't know, like how good is he going to be as a rookie?
Not near as good as Wemby.
But like if you go to the standings, like if you think about what team he could go to.
He's gonna go on the
If he went-
Wizards.
if he
He
went-
feels like a wizard, doesn't he?
Okay, so if he went to Utah, Washington, or Charlotte, those are all situations where you don't really feel like he's going to like take them to the playoffs his first year, something like that.
I don't know. Could you imagine him and Jordan Poole just
But-
doing some fuck shit?
The next two teams are very interesting, which is New
The
Orleans
Sixers.
and the Sixers. The Sixers, that would be a nightmare for me, but and the Nets would also be not fun. So I kind of hope he goes to the Pelicans. I think it'd be fun to watch Zion and Flag together. I mean, the Duke connection, obviously. They kind of play the same position, but they have very different styles, so I think they could complement each other very well. That would be my ideal situation for him, I think.
Yeah. For some reason, I know they're in the East. I would like to see the Wizards good again.
Okay. I mean, not even again, just good ever.
I don't know when John
Yeah,
Wall
yeah.
had him moving, like they pushed the Celtics. I mean, those were like the IT days, but we went
Yeah.
to the ECF every year, and we got in good. Like I mean, we had the whole thing. They dressed up in all black for our funeral. We dressed up in all black for their. I'm corny as fuck, but in the moment, you're like, oh, what a rivalry.
Plus, that was
Yeah.
like that was 2010's like classic, right?
Oh yeah. Great. I mean, I still play 2K17. Great 2K17 team. But John Wall just dunks on everyone, bro. Yeah, I would like to see. I'm excited. What other good? Wait, what's the guy with Kneppel? Is he good? Is he
Tom
gonna get
Kneppel?
drafted?
Yeah, he's a lottery pick, I think.
Yeah.
He's projected.
Hey, how
number
about
8
Bennett
right now.
Sturts, future lotto pick?
26-year-old rookie.
Dude, we've talked
guy.
about this. We don't care about. Stop
know.
it. Don't
My
play both
guy-
sides.
I'm staking my claim right now. I'm all in on Ace Bailey. I know that he's like controversial and he doesn't pass the ball, but I also know that like smart people. Again, I'm not watching. I'm not locked into Rutgers, so I'm relying on
Who's the
like
other
people
Rutgers
telling
dude?
me.
He's good.
It's Boyd
Harper?
Harper. He's very good.
Dude, I've watched them both. They're nice.
Like Ace Bailey seems to know how to put the ball in the basket, and he seems to be not so bad on defense. At least that's what people say. Is like you expect him to be this really terrible defender because he's just a shot chucker, but they say he has tools to be decent. So I'm very interested. I think if he goes to the right situation, that could be a sneaky. Or we're having conversations in 3 years. Is this guy actually better than Cooper Flag? That type of thing. So I'm all in
Oh,
on Ace. I hope he goes to a fun team where he can uh,
yeah.
go through growing pains, but like play on real
Yeah.
money. So I'm excited for him.
Also, before we get to the Grizzlies and just craziness with what are they doing, the Sixers, dude, it has been just glorious to watch them
Feels good.
become such a fall from grace and
Yeah.
just become, at least from the outside and probably from the inside.
I mean, they hate this team, but yeah.
Dude, it's crazy. They look like one of the most like illiterate GMs, or not GMs, but front offices. Like what did they do? It was so clear that this Paul George, Joel Embiid thing was just not going to work. Um,
I
it,
agree, but they also had to do it. They had the opportunity to get a consensus top 20 player to pair with their top 5 player and another top 20 player, and all they had to give up was just money. They didn't trade for him. They had enough money to sign him. I
yeah,
think I think they did the right thing. It just completely collapsed in on itself.
yeah, that's fair. It's just like they're approaching Suns level of incompetency.
Yeah. But they have a path to recovering this, and that path is Maxey and Jared McCain and whoever they draft this year is a really interesting young core for the future. The unfortunate part is that whenever Joel Embiid plays, he is not going to let those guys be the guys that you need them to be to build a team for the future. And he's not going anywhere. He's there, and he's going to play 40 games a season, or maybe he'll play more, and it's not going to be very good. And so I think that young core is going to be really diminished by Embiid's presence, his ball dominance, and his talent even. Like he's
Yeah. He's
still
still
very
like
good.
one of the most dominant.
Yeah, I do love that a year ago we were preparing for a playoff series against the Sixers. That was one of the best playoff series of the whole playoffs, and now we are again preparing for a playoff series, and the Sixers are starting some players I've never heard of and tanking. That feels good.
Wait, so the Eastern Conference play-in is already set, basically?
Is that true?
I don't know. I see the Raptors are eliminated. And the Bulls have this PB next to them.
Yeah, the Bulls clinched the play-in.
So, well, they're in 10th, so yeah.
Yeah, I
So it's
believe.
over. Okay,
Yeah, but
interesting.
yeah, the only flip flopping that could really occur right now. It seems like or realistic flip flopping is the Bucks and Pistons 5 and 6. Obviously, I'm invested in the Pistons getting the 6 because I would much rather face them than Giannis. But I don't really care either way, to be honest.
Yeah.
We kill the Bucks.
Did you say they almost put up 70% field goal percentage the other night?
Who did?
The Bucks.
Did they really?
NBA history. They got the highest field goal percentage in NBA game.
What game was that?
It was against the Suns, I believe.
That's not surprising.
Yeah,
Won
it's crazy.
133 to 123.
Look at the field goal percentage.
Oh my God! They
What
shot
was it? 68?
69%.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
NBA history. It was
How did they
crazy.
only score 133? I guess they only took 29 threes, but still, wow, that's
Not
nuts.
the Celtics. If we shot 50% from the field, we would
Oh my
score
God,
230
200.
points.
Yeah.
Okay, dude. Grizzlies. You've been to the Forum.
Yeah, I'm like pretty tapped into the Grizzlies because a couple of my closest friends are
Are
delirious
people in
Grizzlies
Nashville
diehards.
Grizzlies fans?
Yeah,
Probably,
mostly.
right? Yeah.
Okay.
Some
I
Hawks
think
fans, probably.
honestly, no. I don't know if I know any Hawks fans here. It's very Grizzlies. It's like Grizzlies. If you're like a Nashville core fan, you're Grizzlies, Titans, Braves. But there's still not. There's mostly like displaced baseball fans here. This kind of varies. There's not really a ton of Braves fans here, but you'll see more Braves hats than you'll see like other things. Anyways, Grizzlies. I'm out on Ja. I've been saying this for a while. I don't ever see him. He's gotten worse. He basically hasn't been at the height of his powers for 3 years. I don't ever see him getting back there. He barely plays. He doesn't shoot threes. He's getting consistently worse at shooting threes. He's still very good in the last 5 minutes. He's still a guy you want, but I'm just out. Like I don't see it happening with him. I think they should trade him. I don't think they will, but I'm just kind of done with it. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought. Well, I was when I brought up the Grizzlies. That's interesting. My first thought was the coach
Oh yeah,
leaving and shit. Like,
that's
so why did
crazy,
he
right?
leave? Because of Ja?
I mean, I think they
I mean,
fired
they've
him because
said
he was a
no.
bad coach. It's just the timing is so strange.
Yeah.
Everything I've read seems like the firing makes
Ja.
sense.
Yeah, I think he doesn't play, and this is not a hot take in anything, but like obviously availability is the best ability. It's what makes Tatum like the one of the premier players in the NBA.
Yeah, he plays every
Um,
game.
he plays
But
every
even
single game.
regardless of the availability, like if you just look at the stats in the vacuum for a guy in his 25-year-old season, the stats are not that impressive. He's averaging 22 points and 7 assists. He's shooting 45% from the field and 30% from the free throw line or from the three-point line. That's not the stats of the way that he's thought of in games. I know that like my Grizzlies fan friends, they like to like we have the Javi Brunson conversation a lot, and I just like
Oh,
can't even fathom. That's not even a conversation to me.
I
It's not even
yeah.
close.
I'm not.
3 years ago,
I
sure.
actually I guess I am a Brunson guy, but still that's disgusting. I'm not a Knicks guy. That would
He's in like
disgust me.
Trey Young, LaMelo Ball conversations more than he's in like any Brunson conversation. I don't know. I have to see it, and I haven't seen it since 2022 playoffs, and that's a long time ago. And I think we're giving him the benefit of the doubt because he's extremely exciting, but at some point he has to learn to shoot threes, or he has to still be the guy that he was getting to the paint, and he's not either of those things right now. So I just think I'm out on the jaw-led Grizzlies for the near future, at least.
Yeah, it's interesting. The like Bill Simmons said this on his podcast, but the fall from grace that lottery has had with him, Zion. Who else was in that lottery?
That was RJ third, and then DeAndre Hunter fourth, Garland fifth. Yeah,
Yeah,
Garland kind of came out the best of that
which
class.
is hilarious. Yeah, um, which is like so interesting because it seems like that lottery
It's a
was going to
bad
decide
draft.
the fate of so many NBA teams. Huh?
It's a bad draft. The top five in points scored from that draft. Number
What
one,
draft is it?
2019. Number one, RJ. Number two, Darius Garland. Number three, Jordan Poole. Number four, Tyler Hero, and number five, Ja.
Let's redraft.
Oof. It's a great.
Oh,
It's one of the
Rui's in
best
it too.
redrafts. One
It's
of the best
deep.
redrafts. Who do you take one?
Hold on. Oh, we took Grant Williams there.
Who do you take one in this draft?
Hold on. I'm gonna see if there's any second round.
There's not.
THT. Um. Okay. Who would I take one? Probably Hero. No, 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 no. Sorry. Um. I still have out for Zion.
Yeah, I still take Zion one.
Two. I think I'd still do Ja.
I would still do Ja.
Hero or
Garland or
Garland?
Hero. It's tough because I think if they swap places, what does it look like? I
I
am
think I'll take
partial to
Hero. I think
I'm
Hero would
partial
be
to
better in
Hero. I
Cleveland.
think I would take Hero over Garland. I think Cavs fans would be really mad about that, but um,
I
I
like
believe I
Garland.
believe in Hero, and I would go Garland
Dude,
next.
Romeo
After that,
Langford, gross.
would you rather have like R.J. Barrett or Cam
Rui?
Johnson? Probably go Cam Johnson. I don't. Why are you
What
thinking
happened to
Tyler
Thibault?
Hero? He's on the Blazers. He played against us a few weeks ago.
Ty Jerome,
Dog.
he is a dog.
Kyle Guy. Dog.
Oh, Claxton's in this.
Well, Cam Reddish got to be top
Oh,
five.
Daniel Gafford is in this. This is an
Pretty bad
interesting.
draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. I
I
don't know.
obviously, we're both still Zion believers. I think he's 24 years old. I just believe that it's going to happen at some point. He, unlike Ja, he still is as good as he always was when he's on the court. And I just
The
hope that,
Pelicans, consistent letdown.
oh, this year has been horrible. I mean, their whole team is hurt. Literally, their whole team is hurt.
What if they got? Holy shit! I
I
think
would be
that's yeah.
excited.
That would be pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. Okay.
The Pelicans' injuries right now: DeJounte Murray out for the season, torn Achilles. Herb Jones out for the season, torn rotator cuff. Trey Murphy out for the season, torn labrum. Zion Williamson out for the season, back. CJ McCollum out for the season foot. That is insane. That's
I
a
think
playoff team.
when they beat us, the Pelicans. Oh, you mean with the
If all those guys were healthy.
I'm pretty. Hold on, let me check something. The Pelicans when they played the Celtics, I thought Herb Jones went for like 40 or some shit.
He's good.
He is good, but he's not.
Yeah,
He
they
went for
played you
30.
close twice.
Yeah,
Trey Murphy went for 40 against you guys in the first game.
that's what I meant. In the
He's so
second
good.
game, he went for 30 in the first game, 40 in the second one.
He is really good. I think.
To be
he
fair,
is a
Murphy
guy.
went in that stretch. The second game, he went 32, 40, and 41. Damn,
He's a sneaky.
dude. How about Jokic, 61, bro?
The fact that we're 40 minutes into the podcast and we talk about it now, to me, just shows that he's MVP.
Facts.
It's not even like it's like, oh yeah, he just had 60, 20, 60, 10, and 10. Like it's not nothing that big.
Ugh. I know the Shy hate is getting out of control on the timeline. I want to join in so badly. It is really. Did you see what the Pistons announcer said?
No.
Shy was shooting free throws at the end of the game. They were up like 20 against the Pistons, and he goes, Shy, a measly 3 assists to go with 10 for 26 shooting. He may be the MVP, but he's not the best player in the world. Jokic is the best player in the world. Like, dude, what are you? Just say your butthurt, bro. Just say your butthurt. I'm not even a Shy guy. But say your butthurt. Shy guy.
So good.
The
He's so good.
goated Mario Kart. You know Shy guy?
I do, yeah.
Goated Mario Kart.
I'm so excited for the playoffs. I think they're gonna win the finals. Like I've been saying that for a while, and it's unfortunate because I really like their team, but I don't really like him so much. He's not one of my favorite superstars in the league, but I'm still gonna be cheering for them just because I think it'd be cool. And also, as far as teams that hurt my agenda, them winning doesn't hurt that much.
Okay, speaking of the playoffs, let's get into it.
Yeah.
Let's do 5 guys.
Yeah.
Not the burger place.
Well,
5 dudes at the, yeah. Oh, food sounds good right now? Fuck. I bet. Graham makes me wait to podcast, then eat dinner at 9:30 p.m., whatever.
Yeah.
5 players in the NBA that you think it's going to be the most interesting to watch how they perform in the NBA. So I don't know if I misinterpreted this, but a lot of the players that I did ended up being kind of like a prove it.
Okay. I think that's pretty close to what I did.
You
go first.
Now that I look
Go
at
first.
it, I get first. It's not a draft, but okay. Can I cheat?
Sure.
I want to do Luka and LeBron.
Okay. What are you watching?
Who's the guy? I think it's gonna be Luka. I think who's gonna go, but even if Luka's at the end, is he going off the way that he did last playoff run that he had when he went to the finals? How's LeBron gonna look? Who's looked kind of like shit, or like he's 40 years old for the last 10 games or whatever.
He's been deferring a lot, and I
Which
wonder. If
it
they're
might
just,
be
trying
just this
something
tape.
out.
It might just be this taper off though.
I think it is.
At the end of the season, like everyone, no one gives a fuck.
Especially now that they have like real championship aspirations. He's
Right.
His body.
So I think that's gonna be the most interesting thing that I'm gonna be watching for.
It probably is. I didn't put them on the list just because
My number 2 is honestly very similar, but yeah,
Okay.
you go.
I think my number 1 most interesting player is Jamal Murray, and
Oh, I didn't have him on my list.
for the reason is because we know that Jokic is going to be the best player in every series that he plays in. We know that he has the capability of winning any game like single-handedly. What's going to be the difference between them being a second or Western Conference Finals exit and like this Nuggets team can actually win the championship is Jamal Murray
Yeah,
that guy? Is he still the guy that can carry the team, that can score 30 points consistently throughout a playoff series? I lean yes, honestly, because I think that he is the kind of guy that steps up in the biggest moments, that saves his body.
he does.
But I mean, the season has been like slightly underwhelming. There have been spurts of greatness, but I'm just really interested to watch it because I do still think that they can win the championship. I really still think that they are 4th, but they are the 4th team in that tier for me of most likely championship winners. And I still think that they are capable of beating the Celtics and the Cavs and the Thunder in a series because of their unique play style. Because none of those teams have anyone to guard Jokic. No one can guard Jokic. But
They're,
Murray's the key. If he's
I
going
think,
off for 30 a game, they're gonna be able to beat any team.
yeah. There's a couple guys like that are the number 2 guys who maybe like not necessarily Jalen Williams on the Thunder because the Thunder are that good and Shai is that good. So is Jokic though, but
Yeah.
who it is going to be fascinating to see. I don't know if you had him on this. All right,
But the
I'll
Thunder,
go
the
with
Thunder are the difference between Jalen Williams and Jamal Murray is that if Jamal Murray is not going off, there's not some guy that can just step up and go for 30 or go for 25 and fill his void. They kind of have Michael Porter, but they're so much less deep, and they need those 2 guys to be on their game every single night. Whereas the Thunder, if Jalen Williams goes 4 for 14 in a game, they're still very capable of beating any team on any given night because they have so many guys that can just go off. So that's why
Right.
Jamal Murray to me
right.
is higher.
I agree. He is the most important number 2 in
Yeah.
the playoffs, probably.
Yeah,
Maybe. Yeah, I would say that.
I think
Okay.
it's most important. Yeah. All right, you go.
I only have 5 dudes, so
Okay.
if we overlap, let's just overlap.
Yeah.
I'll do this one and then I'll do another one later. I want to see how good Jalen Green is in the
Ooh,
playoffs.
Okay.
I'm so interested to see how the Rockets are going to be, dude. They're 50-27, bro. And
They
they
are.
still, if they play who? So they play the Warriors?
I'm not going to pick them.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I want to see if Jalen Green is that guy. It's the first time we would ever see it in his very young career.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him.
I like that. It's been a weird season for him. He hasn't really improved at all from last year, but he's still really scary to face.
Yeah.
He feels like he makes big shots. We'll see what happens in the playoffs. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he is their go-to guy at the end of games, and that's going to be the difference in these close playoff games. And unfortunately, he's going to be worse than whatever go-to guy he's going up against. But if he's able to match or exceed that guy, like, who knows what they could do? Everyone's going to pick them to lose in the first round. But
Yeah.
what if they just make the Western Conference Finals? Like, they're very good. So yeah, that's a great pick. I like that pick.
I click on the Rockets on the ESPN and the first article, Rockets Brooks suspended after 16 tech stands. That tricks out. All right, give me your number 2 guy. Or number 2.
My number 2 guy is Evan Mobley.
Okay, dude, good for us. We are not no overlap so far.
Evan Mobley interests me the most because even though he's so consistent and so good and has gotten so much better, he feels like the only guy of their top 4 that's a true wild card. I feel like I know what I'm getting for Jared Allen and Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell, and I feel like Evan Mobley is going to be the difference between whether they get wiped by the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals or win the championship. I think that Evan Mobley, we have seen him be the best player in a lot of these like huge games that he's played in. He's obviously taken a leap this season, but he's still a guy that the Celtics are going to game plan to leave him open at the 3-point line like they do for all unwilling subpar shooters. He's gotten better at shooting, but I think that the difference between, like I said, the Cavs getting wiped by the Celtics, but I still see as a possibility, and winning the championship, is can Mobley continue this leap throughout the playoffs, get even better when teams maybe try and take advantage of his weaknesses.
I think you make a good point against the Celtics as well, because we do that. We leave a guy open, and I think Joe is such a stay-the-course type of guy that I think he would be just fine, even if he did have one game, maybe even 2 games where we did get burned by it. He would be like, stay the course.
Yes,
we would be okay. And I would honestly probably ride with him until our deathbed, which I'd be okay with. Yeah, I agree. That's a good one. After this, I also want to talk about the least interesting, not necessarily in terms of least interesting, but like whatever.
Yeah.
My number 3. This is my number 3. I kind of want to do another. No, I'll do this. I want to see Jimmy Butler.
Okay, he's on my list.
Yeah.
So I'll be that as my
I did do
number 2 as well.
Jimmy and / Steph, but I feel like I know what I'm going to get with Steph.
Definitely good. Yeah, the question with Jimmy is like, is he still that guy in the playoffs? If he is, this team could win the championship.
Yeah.
Truly. And he's been good for them, and he's been helping them win. But the oomph, this is a top 10 player has not been there.
Yeah.
And is it in there somewhere, or is this just a guy he is, and maybe they just won't be winning the championship this year?
Yeah. Okay. Give me your number 3.
So
Wait, who do you have so far?
Well, I had Jamal Murray and Evan Mobley. I have
Okay.
Butler on my list, but I have an extra guy just in case we overlapped at least for one. So I'll go to my next guy. Um, we talked about him earlier, so I don't really feel like we need to talk about him more. But it's John Morant. Um, Contrary to
Dude,
my
they're
negative
just dead
thoughts
to me.
about him lately, he has been extremely good in his past 10 games that he's played. He has shown some
It
life.
was the coach, bro.
He's been making some threes. So, again, I am pretty anti-Grizzlies, but I also will be most locked into the Grizzlies probably in the first round of the playoffs compared to any non-Knicks team because it could go so drastically in either direction. There's a world where Ja continues what he's been doing recently and kind of reaffirms his status as a top 20 player, as a guy who can lead a team like this, and maybe they beat the Rockets in round one or they beat the Lakers in round one. There's also a world where the first round goes really bad. He has to miss like 2 games, and then the trade Ja stuff becomes more serious. So he's a big swing guy. I think the outcomes are really drastic for him this playoff. So he's on my list.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't have him on my list because we talked
Yeah.
about it. I think they're dead.
Yeah.
Wait, who just won? Because they were 7 a second ago. Oh, Minnesota. Okay, so they just beat
Now?
the Heat by 2,
Yeah.
but Minnesota also beat Brooklyn,
Yeah.
and they jumped Minnesota somehow.
I still see the Grizzlies at 8, but I don't know.
Oh, at 8?
Whatever.
I see the Grizzlies at 6 right now.
I'm just looking on Google.
I'm on
so that's
ESPN.
wrong. Yeah. But yeah,
I don't understand how. Whatever.
there's time.
My number 4. So far, I have Lucas / LeBron as 1. I have Jalen Green as 2, and I have Jimmy as 3. I'm gonna go. I like both of these. I think I'm gonna go with Cat.
Okay. Cat's also on my list.
I go with Cat at 4. Dude, where does he stand in terms of how good he is, and how much does he matter to an NBA team winning or going to a championship or
Yeah.
making a deep run in the playoffs? I I don't know. Like,
I think we might find out.
yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I think that.
And this is also huge for him, bro. Is he
Oh,
going to
yeah.
get traded this offseason, like, by you guys, if you guys don't do anything? It's, yeah, I'm interested.
I mean, I think a lot of Knicks fans think that the way we play, and more specifically the way that Cat plays, is going to really influence our direction over the next couple of years. There's a world where the Celtics completely expose his weaknesses in the second round, and there's a lot of conversations to be had. I think there's also a world where he figures some things out. He's one of the most talented offensive players in the league against a team that's consistently putting small players on him. I think there's a world where he figures it out and has a huge series. Maybe we still lose in 6, but we start to see the path for what a Cat team looks like. So yeah, I think he's perfect to be on this list because there's a very stark difference in the way that he could be viewed by Knicks fans and by NBA people right after the playoff ends. So that's a perfect candidate for the list. So yeah, that's my number 4. You can go straight to number 5 if you want to.
Cade.
Okay.
It's the same kind of thing as Jalen Green. It's he's one of the better players in the NBA. Did he make the All-Star game this year?
Cade? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. I think Cade's really good, and I don't think they're gonna win their first round matchup, even though everyone has them as a dark horse or whatever in the East, and they say
1
the
year
same
early, I
thing.
think.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, at least. But I'm excited to see if he goes out there and he does rise to the occasion, to the same way we've seen some of the other players in their first couple of years, like we
Yeah.
saw Ja when he was
Yeah.
young or some another guy like that. I'm excited to see if he's him, and I feel like it's a good litmus test to see where their career is going to go for him and Jalen Green.
Yeah, because like if Cade goes out and averages 35 a game in a series against a much better team and they lose in 5 or 6, but like you can tell he's a guy, that's going to be a huge step for him. If they kind of go out sad and he's averaging like 20 a game and they double him and he can't really do much, that's maybe another different conversation to have. I kind of expect it to be more of the former though. That's
Yeah.
Okay, my 5th pick is interesting.
Don't say Tatum.
No, close.
Okay.
I went with Porzingis. And the reason I picked Porzingis is because last year, the Celtics were so much better than every other team. And Porzingis basically didn't play for the last 2 rounds, if I remember correctly. And it did not matter. No one ever even thought that it would matter, is part of it.
But he played so well.
He played extremely well, but he did not play in the Eastern Conference Finals, if I remember correctly, and he played 2 games in the finals off the bench.
I don't completely
Something like that.
remember.
They didn't need him. No one was worried that the Celtics were going to lose to the Mavs because Porzingis wouldn't come back. At least no rational person would.
Dude, I still see some of these videos of like maybe Stephen A. Some of these other people being like, the Mavs. I got the Mavs in
It was
7
never a
or
chance.
6. Like who actually thought that? Yeah.
So the reason that he's on my list now is because the Celtics aren't that this year. They're not going to run through the playoffs in that way that they did last year. There are at least 2 teams that seem to be very, very heightened competition compared to whoever they faced last year. And this feels like a year they do need Porzingis to stay healthy for 5 consecutive weeks or however long the playoffs last. And they didn't need that last year. And so just his health is interesting to me. His ability when he's on the court, how many minutes he can play, if he's fighting through injuries, stuff like that. I think it's easy to say like he'll probably just stay healthy, but he has not stayed healthy for many 6-week stretches at all throughout the past half decade. So he's really interesting to me. I think they do need him. Without him, it definitely takes a hit, especially against those 2 teams.
So, is your question most interesting to watch play or most interesting to watch if he plays?
I guess maybe it's a bit of a cheat because it's like I kind of do know.
You're interested to see if he, you think he's going to be good if he does.
Of course,
play.
I just think that like he is the key to whether or not the Celtics beat or maybe they lose to one of these.
I mean, he's like the number 2 on the Celtics any other night. It's,
he's the second. Simple. He's the guy I'm second most worried about when we play against you guys for sure.
Did he really? Yeah, Tingus. I feel like maybe it is because he is on like one of the best teams in the NBA and has been for the last 2 years. It seems like it. Would you not agree?
Well, I agree, but I think that's part of that is because he was actually overrated for a really long time before he got to Boston. He kind of didn't fit.
Washington?
He fit on.
You thought he was overrated?
No one cared.
That's what I mean. So how can you be overrated if nobody cares?
Yeah, you're right. But I just think he was not thought of as like a guy who was going to be the second best player or third best player on a back-to-back 60-win team. That was just never in question over the past years. And it happened. And so I think people kind of dismiss it and they just think he's like a cog in the Celtics machine, but he actually is so much more important than that to them.
Yeah.
So I guess that's more of a health thing, but I wanted to put him on the list because I felt like they didn't need him last year, and this year he feels extremely crucial to whether or not they repeat or maybe lose handedly to either the Cavs or the Thunder.
My guys who I initially said because I wanted to see their teams. Yeah. Maybe. Like D-Mitch. Dude, D-Mitch, we don't talk enough about, bro. He, like, talk about a dude who rises to the occasion, bro. Like, he is that guy. I really do like D-Mitch, and I admire. And I guess, I'm fine. We can put him in that combo, like, whatever. He's still young. Brunson, for sure, I think he'll rise. Same with Shai. I didn't really have anybody else. Everyone else is like just like obvious.
Yeah, my honorable mentions that I had listed here, I had Kawhi, but I kind of picked Kawhi or Porzingis just because it's just the injury thing.
Yeah.
I had Cade, but I don't really feel like I'm going to drastically feel different about Cade either way at the end of the playoffs, so we'll see what happens there. I have Giannis because so not talked about this year. He's still one of the best 4 players in the league. Yet no one is going to pick them to win their first playoff series, but maybe he just goes insane, averages 45 a game, and he could easily beat the Knicks or the Pacers in the first round of the playoffs just by himself. So he'll be interesting to watch. And then I had Jalen Williams just because second best player on what I think is the team that's going to win the title is always going to be interesting to me.
Hallie?
Yeah, kind of know what he's going to do.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
There's no way I come out of the playoffs thinking, unless they do something insane, there's no way I come out of it thinking anything different of Hallie than I think right now, I don't think.
Yeah, I think we got it pretty good, honestly.
Yeah, I like the guys we picked.
Yeah. All right, draft time?
Yeah, we stuck a little mini draft in there today.
Yeah, that was a mini draft, but we got a good draft.
We have a good draft today.
All right, heads or tails?
Tails.
Heads or tails?
It's tails.
It's tails.
All right, so today we're drafting best number 1 overall draft picks across all sports.
4. Top.
Top 4. There's no overlap, right? It's like
No. Yeah, it's a competition.
Yeah.
I'll put on a poll.
Yeah, we were originally going to do since 2000, but that's kind of limiting. So we're doing any number 1 draft picks of all time in any sport, and I have the first pick. This is tough because I think for one of the sports, there's one that's clearly above all of the rest, but I don't think that he's necessarily the best player here when it comes to career legacy across multiple sports. So do I want the guy that I think is scarcest in his own sport, or do I want the guy that I think is the best of all time in his own sport? And I'm going to go with the latter, and I'm going to take LeBron James.
Yeah, he's 1-1.
He is the best player of all time to me. He is my GOAT. He has lived up to, like, surpassed the hype more than any player has ever surpassed the hype that they were given. And the hype was stronger
That
than any other player.
sucks.
So,
Yeah.
that's my guy, LeBron James, number one pick in the.
Were you not thinking about, like, he was your guy all the way, right?
I was never not going to take him, but one guy came a little close. I thought about it, so we'll see if you take him. I think you're going to take him, but
Just because of, I think we're talking about the same guy.
we'll see when you take him.
Yeah. I don't know. The 1-1 is huge in this, I feel like.
Yeah, it's a big get.
All right, fuck it. It doesn't matter. I'll go Peyton.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking about.
Oh, okay. There's some. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna say anything. I don't want to give it away.
Okay, all right. Second pick, I got to stay true to myself, stay true to my sport. I'm going with Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh,
Ken Griffey Jr. was the first.
not even the
#1
best
overall
in
pick.
his
That's wrong.
league.
Whoever you're about to pick is wrong, but I know who you're going to pick. Ken Griffey Jr. like represents baseball over the past 20 years. He's the favorite play. He's your favorite player's favorite player. He's the first #1 overall pick in the MLB to ever make the Hall of Fame, I believe. He is just a sick player. He's fun to have. He was amazing. He overcame Mariners' woes, even though he never won a championship. So I'm going Ken Griffey.
I'll go with the best #1 overall draft pick in the MLB. And it hurts, but I'll go Alex Rodriguez.
Ugh. Cheater, but okay. You're going off your strategy from last week, going with the injury prone, the cheaters.
Dude, what are we doing, bro? Come on. Alex Rodriguez actually is not as good as Ken Griffey since when, bro?
I mean, he obviously was better, but he also cheated. Griffey did no roids. He was clean.
Is this what we're doing?
I don't know.
All right, fine. Whatever, bro. You can, I mean, yeah. It'll look good on a fucking graphic, though. Your shit will look good on a graphic.
I got Brian,
Right.
so.
Okay.
All right. We're doing 4 picks, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't not want to take. I just. Like, the football is kind of sparse.
Yeah,
And-
there's a couple more that I had in mind.
Yeah, there's a few, but there's no one I am really that interested in taking over who I view as like a top 5 NBA player of all time. So I don't really know if I want to take him.
Okay, I'm just going to say this really quick because I'm fascinated and I don't think you're going to take him. Bo Jackson only made 1 Pro Bowl.
In what sport? Football? He was not that good.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's super overrated. He only played for 4 years. He never rushed for 1,000 yards.
How do you win a Heisman then, bro?
I don't know. Yeah, Bo Jackson's got to be like the most overrated player of all time. I mean, he's
Oh
a
my
sick athlete, but,
god.
like-
You see the dude drafted above him, though? Holy shit.
All right, with my third pick, because I'm saving my 4th pick for last, because I know you're not going to pick him. I'm going to go with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Sorry.
Oh God, are you about to?
Do you mean Lou Alcindor?
Oh my God. Yeah, Lou Alcindor, probably top 5 NBA.
I was
player
going to
of all
take
time.
him.
Obviously, he's one of the GOATs. I got the top 2 all-time scoring leaders now, so that's my 3rd pick.
This is my 3rd pick.
Yeah. Oh, so glad I got Braun.
I think I'm going to take this. I don't think you're going to take it. I'm going to take Caitlin Clark.
Oh, she was on the list. I wasn't going to take her, but it's a good pick. I mean, it's early, obviously, but
Obviously. It's a futures.
okay. Let's see. We'll see if you overrule this. So there's a player who I would say is one of the best. He was one of the best college prospects of all time. He's pretty recent.
Was Len Bias the #1 overall pick?
Not Len Bias.
Okay.
He really made a name for himself because of his kindness and his ability to get after the quarterback. And for me, when I was thinking about this draft, I wrote down on a sticky note this guy's name, no matter what. That would be Vontae Mack from draft day.
Bruh.
That is my number 4. Vontae Mack definitely set the all-time NFL sack record. He
Dude, you can.
destroyed Bo
All
Callahan.
right, this is your pick, bro. I feel great about
He
this.
destroyed Bo Callahan
Okay.
in that bowl game, who was supposed to be like the next GOAT. By the way, no one went to his birthday party. I'm assuming you've seen this movie, right?
Draft Day,
Yeah.
the greatest movie.
Okay.
But not gonna look good in a graphic though, buddy.
I'm gonna put Chadwick Boseman on that graphic, and he'll look good. Anyways,
Whoa, that's.
he had that sick. You remember the phone case? I know you know about the phone case.
Dude, I've told you about the phone case, bro.
So Vontae Mack was a GOAT. He was like basically Myles Garrett on steroids. He was going to be the best player in NFL history, defensive player probably, in that alternate universe. And that's my number 4 pick, Vontae Mack, no matter what.
That's a horrible pick. I like it because I like that movie. But all due respect.
Word. You picked someone who's only played one more year than Vontae Mack, and he's fictional.
Yeah, exactly. Caitlin Clark is at this point, the way that we talk about her could be fictional.
You thought that was hard in your head, that line.
You know who I'm between?
Who are you between?
There's not a lot at the number 8 overall. I'm between Troy Aikman,
Okay.
O.J. Simpson, John Elway,
Yep.
and also Magic Johnson.
It's interesting because who I would have my next 2, if I went with a serious pick, neither of the players that I would have picked you listed.
Oh. Wait, let me see baseball. Also,
baseball.
you know B.J. Surhoff?
No.
He's number 1 overall pick for the Brewers. Went to high school with my mom. Shout out.
Wow. And Adam Silver.
What a star-studded high school,
Yeah.
1985 class of Rye High School in New York. You read Josh Hamilton? You read his book?
Nope.
I read that shit.
Who are you going with here? It's got to be Kwame Brown, right?
I think I'm going to go with John Elway.
Okay. Got an old head here, but okay.
All right, what were your honorable mentions?
My honorable mentions were Tim Duncan and Shaq. I probably would have gone Tim Duncan. Probably Magic Johnson's better all time than Tim Duncan, but Tim Duncan's just my guy, and I think he's perpetually underrated, so I would have wanted to show him some love. Chipper Jones also.
Yeah.
Chipper Jones was my second honorable mention for MLB. It was close for me between him and Ken Griffey. I only wanted to stick to one baseball player, so I kind of ended up going with Griffey just because Chipper Jones is the worst. But couldn't pass up Vontae Mack, obviously, no matter what. So I only had 3 choices.
I was trying to get original and
You're jealous of my pick.
I promise you, I'm really not.
You're
I
jealous
promise
of
you,
that.
it's not. Okay, dude, he was You yourself have talked about how you got number 7 overall value at number 1 pick. In Vontae Mack. He was, dude.
Edge rushers go 1 all time.
Bro, he was number 7 on Mel Kiper's big board.
Yeah, but I don't care about that.
You should.
I care about when he gave that ball to his mom. I care about that none of Bo Callahan's teammates went to his birthday party.
You've told me that
You
literally, dude, this is crazy. Off camera, you have literally told me
I don't know what
they should have drafted Bo Callahan with the first overall pick.
I'm setting for this phone case right now, and you're gonna change your mind.
I know what the phone case. I've told you how cool the fucking phone case is, bro. It's fucking brass knuckle, basically. It's badass. I know. Yeah, but I was trying to get original, and I was looking at best drafts, and it was Miller Lite as a draft beer. It's so lame. I couldn't think of anything, bro. I almost looked up the best, the number 1 overall pick in the Vietnam war draft. Well, yeah, but it was a draft. I don't know. The number 1 in the lottery. Yeah, I don't know. Next time we do a draft, we gotta think of ways that are more open ended.
Yeah,
so that we can do Yes. Yeah.
I mean, we could just do
Or
top 4 best things.
but
I'd be
yeah.
down. We could do that next
No,
week.
no, no, no. We could do no, but even
We'll
just something
workshop.
that is specifically not sports related,
Yeah,
like best food, some kind of
sure.
best food or whatever. You seen those? Who's those teenage boys from Maryland who talk about food and you don't know
Haven't
about
seen
these
it.
dudes?
No.
It's literally like these like kids in middle school who have a podcast. There's like 4 of them, and they just talk about like favorite foods. And none of them have tried the food. And they're just, yeah, I don't think I would like it though. I don't really like fish taste stuff. And they just talk about it for 30 minutes. Just like, oh, okay. I like PB&J every day. Like they have the least mature palates, but they talk about food. That's all
I'm
their
sure I'll be
podcasts
on
about.
TikTok now this afternoon, this tonight,
Yeah.
after. All right, you got any hot takes?
Oh shit. You go.
I think that I know I've kind of revisited this well a few times, but I think that Ashton Genty is going to be drafted to the Patriots number 4.
That is a bad take.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think that the draft is going to fall the way that we think it is, which is Cam Ward, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, and they're going to go best player available in their mind.
I
They need a running back,
I
so-
think they're pretty fucking sold on Will Campbell. I also
I
think
know it's a bad take. I don't think it's going to happen.
no,
but
no, I do agree with
possibility.
that Will Campbell discussed. Nah, not actually. I just
So
saw
we'll
how
see.
short his arms are. Let's think. Let's think. How about this? How about let's do a baseball MVP? No, I got no clue.
Christian Campbell.
That's what I was gonna say.
It's possible.
Mm, Christian Campbell will be an all-star.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's realistic, but it's a good take. It's a good take. All right.
Is it not realistic or it is?
It is. It is.
That's huge. Dude. Shout out, dude. I might have to get a fucking Christian Campbell jersey tonight.
Yeah. Dude, what number
All
does
right.
it?
What number is he? No
I
clue.
honestly don't know.
12.
20-some? 12.
That's my guess.
None of these pictures have his number, so
Hold on.
we'll come back to you next week with what number.
Hold on. I got it right here. Boston.
28. That's a good number.
Told you.
Yeah.
It's no
But yeah,
72 from original Bogey.
Comment on the YouTube what other segments you'd like to see, any draft ideas.
Or Twitter or anything.
Yeah, medias.
I put on a poll with the draft. With both of them. Not even a poll for the other thing, but
Do it.
category. Alright, man.
Good.
What are we going to talk about next week? Final Four?
Next week we'll have Final Four. We'll have probably some more NBA playoff info.
Everything's going to be so dead.
Yeah.
Let's see that. When's WNBA start?
Not for a while, I don't think.
That's good.
We haven't even had the draft yet, so yeah. It starts in May. 6 weeks.
Okay. All right, man. Hey, have a good night. I'm going to go eat dinner now.
You haven't eaten dinner yet?
Funny guy over here.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.